Good afternoon, good morning, North Tama Elementary. Mrs. Minard here. Nice to see you guys. Today we are going to be talking about one of all of our favorite things, food. Hopefully you guys are enjoying getting to have lots of fun snacks and hopefully not too much junk food with your at-home time. But today we are going to look at some artists who actually like food so much that they enjoy drawing it. So our first artist today that you can see on the screen is named Wayne Thiebaud. And that's actually how you pronounce his name. Kind of sounds like a boxer or something cool. He is an artist who loved to draw food. And he would draw desserts, he would draw main courses, he would draw candy in candy shops. He just really enjoyed that food means bringing people together, and the way that capturing the food in his art kind of preserved those cool moments with the family, and also preserved the time, because if you look at these desserts in this image, you don't really see those very often. And just as our clothing styles change and trends change, so does the food that we eat change throughout the years. So in this image, he has a lot of desserts that he's used. And if you look at this, hopefully you'll see a lot of basic shapes in his art. We'll see ovals here, we'll see circles, we'll see even, this one has a heart shape in the design, here's a circle. Okay, so a really fun thing to point out about his art is that not only is he drawing food, but he's simplifying it into some of your basic shapes, which we've talked about. And that is something really helpful for us as we learn to draw food. Our artist, Wayne Thiebaud, this is a picture of him. He was born in 1920 in Arizona, and he grew up in what we would call the golden age of America for a lot of people in the 1950s, where, rock music was just starting, and it was just kind of a nice golden time of the American history. He is known for his bright and colorful paintings of commonplace objects such as food and everyday appliances. He's called a part of the pop art movement. And so pop art is when you're creating art about popular culture. So whatever was popular at the time. So for example, him painting images of the cakes or desserts that were served during his time period, those were the popular desserts of his time. So it's kind of a cool way to record his history. Here is a painting he did called Three Machines, and hopefully you guys are familiar with these. You don't really see them much anymore, honestly, but in the 1950s, you would often go to a little ice cream parlor or something, and there would be little candy machines, and so this was a painting he did of those. Again, bright colors. Hopefully you can see some of his basic shapes. He's got an oval here for the opening. The gumballs are circles. Okay, this is almost kind of like a rectangle that someone took a bite out of on the top there. But you can see how in 1963, these are what our candy machines looked like, and now they look more like this photograph over here. So not only is it a fun activity to draw pictures of commonplace items or food that we enjoy, it also kind of is a little time capsule and tells us about the time when you grow up and how things have changed. So today we're going to look at some basic examples of drawing food that you might have around your house. So think about drawing a picture of something that you have eaten. It could be something really simple. It could be, oh, I ate Fruit Loops this morning. I'm going to draw a picture of my Fruit Loops in my bowl. Okay? It could be you want to draw a picture of your favorite snack, your favorite candy, something that is just around your house. The picture can be really simple. You can add color if you would like. And then please send me a picture of the drawing of your food. When you're doing this, you want to pay attention to your basic shapes, okay? So we're going to look at some pictures of basic shapes. These are just simple line drawings. So as you can see, here we have a pizza, and we have the pizza as the basic shape, but then we look at the individual pieces, and those we can see a triangle shape. So two shapes right there that you could be using if you were trying to draw pizza. We have someone's breakfast food here. We have some circles for the eggs. We have some ovals for the sausage. Or it could just be like a piece of one specific object. So if you have some fruit or something laying around, like this is a picture of just a strawberry, and they've made sure to include the seeds and the leaves as well. Here they've made sure to include some other details like the toppings of the pizza. So make sure you include what's important about it so I can tell what it is. This is a picture of what I had for breakfast, some breakfast pizza. Okay, went to a little short stop and had myself some breakfast pizza. And then also I had myself some coffee. So this was a photograph I found on the internet, of course, but it looked pretty much just like my pizza. So what I'm going to do is pause the screen and just draw for you guys a little bit so you can see how I go through and draw these basic shapes. Okay, so welcome back. Here is the image that I showed you guys for my breakfast this morning that I will be drawing for you. And I'm going to be using it, just drawing on a plain sheet of paper using a Sharpie. As with any of these at-home assignments, you guys can use whatever you have. You know, if you have a pencil around, that's fine. If you have a pen, that's fine too. Make sure maybe you check with your parents if you can use markers. But and you can also add color to this too. So anything you have will work just fine. So looking at my picture here, I'm going to first think about my basic shapes that I have. Okay, so I can see I have an oval here. I have sort of a C shape making the handle. I have downward kind of vertical lines making the cylinder form of my coffee mug. I very much have a triangle for my pizza. That's a pretty easy shape to see. And then I also have the toppings in there, so I'm going to think about what shapes would be good for drawing those. Okay? So I'm going to start with whatever is my tallest object. I'm going to start right here by making the oval for the opening of my coffee cup. Okay? And since it's the opening, it's an oval that is laying down, okay? Next, I'm going to make the sides of my coffee cup. So I'm going to draw two lines that go downward. So wherever I feel like it looks about right. And so I have the opening, I have the sides. I'm now going to make that C shape for the handle. And if you guys would like to draw right along with me, that's fine too. If you don't want to worry about finding something at your house, you can do this right along with me if you'd like. So I have my oval, I have my vertical lines, I have my C shape. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer past my C shape there. And now I'm going to connect my vertical lines with a big U. A U that kind of got squished by something maybe because it's very, very flat. Okay, so there is my coffee mug. Now I'm going to make my pizza. I want to think about how big my triangle needs to be because if I look, it's pretty big in this picture next to my coffee mug. So I don't want to make a tiny little triangle here because that wouldn't be right. So I'm thinking about not only the shape, but also the size of the shape. So I'm going to make a triangle, and it's going to have to be at least as big as my coffee mug, if not bigger. And I can also see it's going to be lower in my picture. Okay? So, basic triangle shape for my pizza. I'm going to connect the top part here to make my little crust. I'm going to make some of those shapes in the toppings. I had some mushrooms on there. And these little shapes can be anything that you kind of make up. They don't have to be perfect triangles or squares or diamonds. They're just kind of random shapes. Okay. Maybe I want to add some of the other things in my picture. I can if I want to. I have this little board that's in there. You could maybe just add some lines around it for your coffee table or a napkin or maybe a placemat you have your food sitting on. Okay? You could add the liquid on the inside of your little coffee mug there just by making a little hill inside of your oval. Now it looks like it's got something in it. Okay? So this is a very simple line drawing of my food using my basic shapes. Okay? Again, if you want to do a little extra, you could add some color to this. You could even think about adding a design on your coffee mug. You could make one up. Whatever you would like to do. Okay? So, anyways, can't wait to see your drawings, and please email them to me. And take care, you guys. Miss ya.